Hello, and welcome to my first recording of my research proposal for English 1160. My topic is over natural climate control, the impact of biological systems on Earth's climate. Climate change has been a topic of frequent argument within the past 20 years, being a highly debated topic. Americans view climate change with little optimism, according to the Pew Research Center. They report that a narrow majority of American adults believe that there will be technologies capable of combating climate change effectively, and 61% anticipate major changes within their lifetime as a direct result of climate change. And they have little reason to believe otherwise. As reported by the UN, the current model for fighting climate change is a mitigate and adapt model. By mitigating greenhouse gas emissions, the rate of climate change can be drastically reduced, and by adapting to the change in climate, we can begin to resolve challenges presented to us by the shifting climate. Yet the main focus of these plans is not to reverse climate change, but rather to perform damage control, to prevent it from getting worse. However, one project has attempted to do just that. Pleistocene Park is an initiative to restore one of Earth's natural heat sinks, that being the permafrost of the Siberian Plateau. Pleistocene Park aims to reintroduce animals that would perform similar roles to those that existed within that area during the Pleistocene. This is one example of many natural climate solutions, or NCS, that are being implemented worldwide. In this study, I will investigate other similar solutions involving biological systems. I will research articles and similar studies on the effect of biological systems on the planet's climate in order to assess the effectiveness and practicality of said systems. It is likely that through this study, the role of organisms within climate control will be reconsidered and analyzed, as well as the perceived notion that climate change is largely irreversible. Current predictions for climate change for damages caused by climate change provided by the USGCRP estimate that by 2100 we will likely see a rise in sea level between 1 and 8 feet, and this will likely dramatically increase in the following century. However, short-term effects, or rather effects we will see in our lifetime, include, but are not limited to, intense drought, heat waves, insect outbreaks, compromised agriculture, erosion, change in weather patterns, increased temperatures, increased intensity of natural disasters, i.e., wildfires, hurricanes, etc. All potential impacts have been reported by NASA and other research groups. Current attempts to combat climate change are already underway, but are more akin to damage control than reparative action. I propose the implementation of other large-scale NCS, as well as the examination of their effectiveness. Natural climate solutions attempt to reverse damage to the globe via cost-efficient and effective systems. Should they be effective, it raises interesting questions going forward about climate control. The purpose of this study is to evaluate the effects of the NCS provided and attempt to implement similar measures given the possibility. Natural climate solutions are being incorporated into the fight against climate change more and more frequently. Dr. Mark Marcias Foria, a PhD in geology and other degrees in biological science, conducted a study on the aforementioned Pleistocene Park and found that a herd of 1,000 individuals containing bison and horses would have high returns on the planet's carbon market. Other studies have found similar hope with other NCS. One study conducted by Hannah Gosnell and others found that managed grazing, a technique now being employed in the US and parts of Australia, where patches of grass are no longer grazed bare by livestock, could seriously reduce the amount of greenhouse gas emissions through enhancing the amount of natural carbon sinks. Another study conducted by Bronson W. Grimscom found that should effective NCS be implemented, they can make up 37% of carbon dioxide emission reduction and have a significant chance at holding the warming of the globe to below the previous expectation of 2 degrees Celsius. The results of these studies indicate that NCS are relatively cost effective as well as being easy to implement with a substantial impact on the environment. In my literature review, I plan on expanding upon the idea of NCS as well as the role of organisms within ecological systems and how they play into climate control. In order to gather data on the valuability of NCS, I will utilize the following databases: Scopus, SciFinderN, and Environment Complete. These databases were chosen because of their relation towards climate change and biology. Scopus is an all-encompassing science database, and so is SciFinderN. Environment Complete is a database with many sources relating to humans and their interaction with the environment. I plan to use keywords such as natural climate solutions and climate change. These keywords will indicate articles on leading climate solutions and will greatly narrow down my search results. I plan to utilize studies that discuss the use/role of biological systems within climate change and exclude studies that discuss climate solutions based outside of biological systems. I plan to organize my evidence based off of different solutions and their ability to be reproduced as well as sustained. Climate is something that is global, a network of weather patterns that people, plants, and animals alike rely on in order to survive, and as such, it is our responsibility to fix the damages we have caused to our planet. The improvement of climate conditions is imperative when it comes to sustaining civilization. As we investigate solutions to climate change, we need to explore every possible solution. Natural climate solutions hold a potential key to solving the puzzle, and it would be in our best interest to pursue this possibility. Studies have already explored the possible outcomes of NCS and have gathered promising results, pointing to large changes in the current climate predictions.